everyone, welcome to IAS Baba. In this series of daily previous year question solving, I'll be taking your polity part. In the polity subject, I have divided all the previous year questions in the form of themes, so that whenever you are recommending the static notes or whenever you are going for the revision, this theme series of the polity is very relevant for you. And in today's discussion, I will be taking the previous year questions from the preamble, right? So let's start the discussion. I hope that everyone has read something about the preamble. That preamble is the identity card. It is the basic document which is telling us the philosophy of the Indian preamble. Now, this preamble is basically talking about the nature of the Indian state, the objective of the Indian state, as well as the enacting clause, that when the constitution was enacted in India's case, right? So, first question that came in 2017, that the mind of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in the following. So the answer is preamble. I know it is a straightforward question, but you need to understand that the mind of the makers here means the Constitution makers talked about the nature, which is democratic, republic, socialist, sovereign, secular in nature, and also it talked about the objective of Indian Constitution. The objective of Indian Constitution is to achieve justice, equality, fraternity, as well as liberty, right? So we can definitely say that preamble is the mind of the makers of the Constitution, because in the fundamental rights, it is only talking about giving rights to the citizen of India, right? As well as in DPSP, it is mandating the state while making certain law, you shall be keeping the guidelines which have been provided in DPSP. And fundamental duties, again, it is mandated for the citizen. So if you want to understand the holistic concept of the mind of the makers, it is given in the preamble and not in other part. I know it is a bit straightforward question. Now in 2021, this question was asked that what was the exact constitutional status of India on 26th of January 1950. I hope that everyone has read about preamble and the word secular, integrity, as well as socialist. These three words were added under the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act of 1976. In 1976, India as a country was facing the internal emergency period, and that then the government or the Congress government decided that there is a need to include the word secular, integrity, as well as socialist in nature, to tell to the citizen of India that we as a nation are focusing upon secularism, integrity, as well as socialistic measures. Is it clear? So this three words were added in 1976. Right. So the question is saying that what was the exact constitutional status on 1950? The words were or adjectives were added in 1976. So yes, it was a democratic republic, but let's read the third option. That is sovereign, secular, democratic and republic. I already told you that the word secular was added in 1976 and it was not present in 1950. Same, the word socialist and secular, they were added in 1976, right? They were not the part of preamble in 1950. So our correct answer is sovereign, democratic, republic. Now the major problem with this question is, when you will be sitting in the real-time examination kind of mode, then a lot of confusion gets arise in your mind. So it's better that whenever you are solving such type of question, please write at the first hand that what were the words that were added in the preamble in 1976. It would be very easy for you people to solve the question then. So the correct answer is B. Now in 2021, the question was asked that whether the preamble is a part of the constitution or not, right? Or what is the stance of preamble on the basis of legal enforceability. Now the question is reading like preamble to the Constitution of India. It is a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect. Not a part of the Constitution and has no legal effect. I hope that everyone knows B cannot be a correct answer to this. For example, in Beruvari versus Union of India case, it was stated that preamble was not a part of the Constitution. But in Keshwananda Bharati case, it was stated that preamble is a part to the Constitution of India. So we cannot say that B is correct option. Now let's read the third statement, that it is a part of Constitution and has the same legal effect as any of other part. Now you need to understand that preamble as a provision of the Constitution, it has no legal enforceability. Is it clear? It has no legal effect just like any other part of the Constitution. But when you will be reading the third or fourth option, that a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts. So the correct answer is preamble cannot be enforced by the Supreme Court or High Court. But if you are reading a particular law and you can take the provisions from the preamble in order to understand that particular law. So the correct option here is D. Is it clear, everyone? In 2013, this particular question was asked, that economic justice as one of the objective of Indian Constitution, it has been provided in, I already told you in the previous lecture, right? DPSP is talking about social and economic justice. Is it clear? So is the preamble again mentioning about the economic justice part. So you need to refer to preamble, DPSP and fundamental right in a comparative way, so that if any case the question is asked like this, that economic justice is provided in preamble as well as DPSP. So it would be easy for you to solve the question. Is it clear? So these are some of the questions that has been framed from the preamble by the UPSC in the recent past. So in preamble, you should be knowing about the provisions which is given in the preamble. But apart from that, you should be having an in-depth meaning of the terms that has been used in the preamble. So in order to complete preamble, first you should be knowing what are the key adjectives that has been used in the particular provision. As well as you should be knowing what is the actual meaning of equality, what is the meaning of liberty, justice as well as fraternity that has been used in the preamble. Is it clear? So I'll meet you in the next theme class.